Hi, my name is Elliot Savoy of Candoman LLC. Today we're going to show you how to repair a simple drywall hole. Okay? For this tool, for this job, you're going to need some simple tools. You're going to need a drywall blade. You're going to need a scrap piece of drywall. You're going to need some drywall screws. You're going to need an extra piece of wood. I'll show you about this later. And you're going to need some drywall paste and maybe a bin to hold the paste so that you can, or your spackle as other people call it, to repair the hole. Okay? The first thing you want to do when you have the hole, find a scrap piece of drywall slightly larger than the hole. You can find this at any hardware store for maybe 25 cents, 50 cents in a scrap bin. Home Depot, Lowe's, anyone should have this, okay? You want to get a square piece if possible, place it directly over the hole, okay? You want to take any type of straight blade knife, use the scrap piece to trace around the hole as such, to make it, basically using the scrap piece as a template. Okay? Don't worry about being perfect, because we're going to come back later on to make our cut. All right. Now you want to use a keyhole saw as such, basically to punch a hole directly into the drywall. You're going to cut out Okay, basically we're going to cut out the damaged section, right? Throw that away. Now, for that scrap piece of wood that we talked about earlier, you're going to take this wood, slide it up behind the hole. You're going to use that wood as a backing, okay? You're going to take your drywall screw, you're going to hold it just above the hole. You can use a cordless drill or a normal drill, whichever works. You're going to screw that through the drywall into the wood. That's going to hold the wood in place. You can take another piece of drywall screw just below the hole. There you have it. Now you have a backing for the piece of drywall scrap. Take the scrap that you used as your template, if we can get that to fit in there. And don't worry about a perfect fit. We can always use our keyhole knife to trim out the hole a little bit. Get a good fit, a nice clean fit. Okay. All right. Now we're going to take two more drywall screws, as such, right into the scrap piece. All right. Now you have a perfect fit, almost like a puzzle. Now the next step is basically to take that drywall blade. You want to scrape the edges so you don't get any slack. Don't worry about the paper, but you want a nice, neat edge. Also, you want to make sure that the screws that you've screwed in are slightly countersunk, meaning slightly below the surface of the drywall. So for your last step, you want to use something similar to DAP. There's a product called DAP. You can get this at any hardware store. It costs about $3 for a jar about this size. A jar this size should be able to fill a project of this size, okay? It's lightweight, fast and final spackling, okay? You don't have to do any pre-mixing. All you have to do is open up the jar and get busy. Use a small spackle knife. You scoop it out. Smear it over the edges. And for a project of this size, because you have cut out a custom piece to fit almost exactly into the hole, you don't need any drywall tape or any masking tape or any of that nature. You can go straight from the jar with a small spackling knife to cover up your previous work. Don't worry about being messy, all right, because we're going to do the final touches in a few more moments. You just want to basically fill in those cracks. All right, and your drywall, your screw holes, just get in there and get it out. Okay? Yeah, like oatmeal. Just spread it on nice and thick. Don't worry about making a mess, okay? You're just filling those lines. All right? Like so. Now, usually, this is where the average person or the average novice finishes the step. But this is where the professionals pick up. All right? So this is the trick we're going to show you. Once you have your first application of spackle on, you want to come back with a wider knife, preferably about 6 inches or even wider to like a 10-inch blade. The wider the blade, the easier and smoother the application. So right here we have a 10-inch blade, a spackling blade. Just come back over your job, nice and smooth. Okay? No fuss, no muss. See how smooth that is? No sweat, no frustration, almost no lines. All right, if you have any extra, you can go back over any other imperfections in your wall. That's it. Give it about 15 minutes to 45 minutes to dry. Come back over with a small piece of sandpaper, lightly sand any areas, and paint. So today we showed you how to go from this to this. I'm Elliot Savoy of Candoman LLC. If you need it done, we can do it.